Hey guys, VSIC here. Now, I just got off work, so I am sorry if I seem a little bit tired. But I got a bit of a message earlier on my channel today. I'll be having a couple days off here. Hopefully, I can make more videos for you guys. And so let's get on with it. So, of course, this person states on my what I say to people that hate women on my channel, and he put a comment on it. He says, "What about the incels out there that can't get women at all? Can you blame those guys for wanting to replace women with sex dolls? Question mark. Or using sex dolls as a way to forget real women? Because they feel bad they can't have them. Not everyone who owns a doll can get a real woman." And then I replied. I said, "Your thought process on real life is very dark. I know about these things, by the way. If incels are going to have a chance to get a real woman, they're first going to have to lose their dark mindset on life and not expect so much from it. I remember I used to get abused by women in a school I used to go to, but I also know a lot of good women, too. You have to find good women, Besides, nature isn't going to replace a woman just because some guys dislike them or are frustrated with them." And then he replied, but when he sent his reply, I think he might have put a curse word in it because, it was deleted. I don't know if he deleted his message or if YouTube deleted it, but just so you know, I didn't delete it. By the way, the person who was sending me these texts, I will be sending you this video. Anyway, so video's like, "How is my thought process dark, sir?" And then, of course, he had to put in the "sir" question mark. I didn't say I agree with guys wanting to replace women, but I can understand, like Elliot Rodger, I don't agree with that or what he did, but I understand. And then the message cut off from there. As I can see, there's a little more to the message, it looked like. So, again, if you're going to send me a message, don't put any curse words in it if you meant for me and everybody else to see the message. And so I could also give you a proper reply. But he kind of sounded a bit pissy when he sent that message. But, alright, so the first part of it is, how is my thought process dark, sir? Question mark. Well, how is it not? I'm sorry, but how is it not? And I'm saying it, I'm trying to be nice when I say this, but how is, men having a reason to replace women with a sex doll not dark? And I didn't agree with guys wanting to replace women. Well, if you don't agree with guys wanting to replace women, you kind of need to make that a bit more clear when you first make that message. So I see here that you didn't mean it that way, I guess. But if you don't agree with something like that, you kind of need to make that clear when you approach somebody. Like Elliot Rodger, I don't agree with what he did, but I understand. And then it, like I said, cuts off from there. So, about Elliot Rodger. Now, I actually just happen to know about him, actually. He was a narcissist, is what he was. Also, he was a bit of a narcissist that wasn't really all there, I guess I would say. He was a bit of a nut. Now, I wish I had a bit of a chance to at least talk to some of these incels and some of these kids that's, okay, yeah. First off, about not being able to get laid, that is just full of crap. That right there is what I call high school bullshit right there. For somebody to tell you that you can't get laid is just fucking full of shit. And I will, of course, curse when I say that because that is just ridiculous. I mean, I remember I was treated a bit like that when I was going through homeschool after I got out of homeschool, actually. And just a thought process that you just can't get laid is just ridiculous, especially with today's markets. You see, in today's markets, I mean, sex has never been more available. In fact, even with Elliot Rodger, as he was talking about, actually, his father even, quoted to him about, and even was talking to him about getting a hooker, actually, or an escort. But Roberts was just all like, no, I want to find somebody to love and all that. The thing with somebody like Elliot Rodger, and I would say maybe some incels, is that they have maybe a bit of a controlling issue, is what the real issue is. That and Elliot Rodger, he had a bit of an ego, as they call it. Now, because he was getting rejected by some women, it was really getting to his ego, is what the real deal was about him, actually. And so he got to a point where, he just wasn't really all there anymore. There's probably a couple other things about him, but yeah. Just that thought process of, how could somebody reject me? I'm such a great guy. That's kind of what his way of thinking was. Or, the people that were rejecting him were dumb for rejecting him the way they were. I mean, maybe some people are kind of dumb, and for all you know, the way that some people are rejecting somebody isn't in a very nice manner. But, it's not exactly breaking the law when somebody doesn't want to have sex with you, which is the issue, really, with some people. And, understandably, some people do become sexually frustrated. That is actually a thing. Sexual frustration is a thing. But you see, in his first message, he was kind of talking like, why some guys would hate on women for rejecting them is kind of what he was saying there. And, that's something that isn't, again, exactly against the law. I mean, let's say if a guy comes up to me and wants to have sex with me and I reject him, and then he just gets all pissy about it. Well, I mean, I don't know what to do for you. You aren't my type. I'm not into men. I mean, I don't know what to do for you. I have that right to reject him. I'm not interested. And of course, rape should be out of the question because, it's rape. But, just that thought process is just so, yeah, how is that thought process not dark? I'm sorry, but just to think that these people have an actual reason to hate on women and use these love dolls to replace them. Again, how is that not dark? And, maybe he didn't really mean it that way, but how is that not dark? Again. And as far as, the reason why I tend to not respect people like that are like that, they just hate on women like that. And, they even say things like all women are dumb and blah, 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 is because that's disrespectful to the women that are good. Like my mother, my cousins, who are also women, who are inherently, I'm related to. I think we're all inherently related to women, right? Unless your father had you, I don't know, but my mother probably could have strangled me when I birthed. She probably could have done that, but she probably didn't even have that kind of thought process in her mind when she had me. When she had me, she cared about me. You see? And I know that's at least the same for a lot of mothers. For some, maybe not, sadly. But for a lot of mothers, it is. Thankfully. Now, to say disrespectful things against all women, you're also disrespecting the women that I care about. which is why I don't respect people like that. Now, if I see this kind of stuff on my channel, I'm not going to get upset or anything, but I'm just letting you guys know that's the reason why I don't respect people like that. And also, if you want to get laid, there's a few things that there's a few things of advice I guess I could probably give you. And a couple of these, at least, you've probably heard from me. One, you could actually commit a crime, go to prison. You can get laid in prison. I'm dead serious. I mean, at some prisons, the guys will actually pay you to give you a blowjob. They actually will sometimes. So you can, do a crime, go to prison, or you can I can give you $150 because I'd say that's still pretty much the average rate nowadays for a hooker. I could give you $150. You could go get a hooker, get laid. You could also look up for sex on the internets. I mean, again, it's just so freaking available. Sex is so freaking available, guys. To have this notion that you cannot get laid is just fucking bullshit. I mean, there's like literally no excuse. I'm sorry, but there's just no excuse. I've seen people in wheelchairs have sex. I've seen dumbasses here in town from the local park get laid. I've had a couple of friends, they look like fucking ugly gerbils. And even they have been able to get laid. So to have this notion that you can't get laid, again, is just fucking bullshit. And do not ever tell yourself that. So with that being said, I will end this video. And hopefully I do not get any bad remarks and comments down below. And if there's any more questions and comments, I will, let you guys, bring them up and I'll try to answer them. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.